In the quiet village of Omuka, where the dust rose with every footstep and the sun painted the earth gold, lived a girl named Amara. Amara was known for two things, her beauty and her silence. Her beauty was the kind that made people stop mid-sentence. Skin like polished mahogany, eyes deep as the river at midnight. But her silence, that came from hunger, from loss, from knowing that life had never once asked what she wanted. After her father died, death swallowed her family whole. Her mother grew thin with worry, and the little food they had barely lasted the week. Then one evening, as the sky burned orange, a man arrived. Chief Nana. He was the richest farmer in 3 villages. His barns overflowed with yams, his goats were too many to count, and his age. No one knew for sure. Some said 60, others whispered 75. His back was slightly bent, his beard grey and full, and his eyes sharp. Too sharp. "I will marry your daughter," he said calmly, as though discussing the price of palm oil. Silence filled the hut. Amara's mother looked at her daughter, then at the empty pots in the corner. It didn't take long. The bride price was paid in full. 3 goats, 2 bags of rice. Enough money to clear every debt. And just like that, Amara's future was sealed. The wedding was quick. No laughter. No joy. Just drums that sounded more like warnings than celebration. That night, Amara was taken to Chief Nana's house, a large compound surrounded by dry farmland. The soil there looked wrong, cracked, lifeless. "From today," the old man said, his voice low, "you are my wife. You will obey me. You will not question me." Amara nodded, but something in her chest tightened. Days passed. Something was off. Despite being the richest farmer, Chief Nana never went to the farm during the day. Instead, every night, when the moon rose high, he would leave the house alone, and return just before dawn. One night, curiosity overcame fear. Amara followed him, barefoot, silent. She trailed him beyond the compound, past the dying crops, to a part of the land no villager dared visit. The forbidden farm. The air there felt cold. Wrong. Amara hid behind a tree as she watched her husband step into the center of the barren field. Then, he began to chant, a language she had never heard. The wind picked up suddenly. The ground trembled, and before her very eyes, the old man straightened. His bent back snapped upright. His gray beard darkened. His wrinkled skin tightened. Chief Nana became young, strong, tall, terrifying. Amara gasped, covering her mouth too late. The chanting stopped. Slowly, he turned. "I was wondering how long it would take you," he said, his voice no longer old, but deep and powerful. Amara stepped back, shaking. What are you?" she whispered. He smiled. "I am the reason this land still feeds the village." He told her everything. Years ago, a terrible drought struck Omuka. Crops failed. People starved. Desperate, Nana made a deal with ancient spirits of the earth. In exchange for prosperity, he would offer them something every harvest season. A life. "And now," he said calmly, "it is time again." Amara's heart stopped. "You brought me here," she whispered, tears forming, "to sacrifice me." He said nothing. Silence was his answer. That night, Amara didn't sleep. Fear gripped her, but something stronger began to grow inside her. Resolve. She would not die like this. The next evening, when Nana left again, Amara did something unexpected. She went to the village shrine, an old, forgotten place where the oldest woman in the village, Mama Is, lived as its keeper. Mama Is listened quietly as Amara told her everything. When she finished, the old woman sighed. "The spirits he serves are not gods," she said. "They are hungry and greedy." "Can I escape?" Amara asked. Mama Is shook her head. "No, but you can break the pact." Hope flickered. "How?" The old woman leaned closer. "Every pact has a weakness. His power comes from the sacrifice, but also from fear. If the offering refuses, if the spirits are challenged." Amara swallowed. "What will happen?" Mama Isa's eyes darkened. Something unexpected. The night of the sacrifice arrived. The sky was black. No moon. No stars. Nana stood in the center of the farm, chanting once more, young again, powerful again. Amara stood before him. This time, she did not shake. "I will not kneel," she said firmly. The wind howled. The ground cracked open. Voices echoed from beneath the earth, angry, demanding. The offering must submit. Amara raised her chin. I am not yours. The ground roared violently. Nana's expression changed, for the first time, fear. What have you done? He hissed. Amara stepped forward. You fed them fear, she said. But I am not afraid anymore. The earth split wider. A blinding light burst from below. Then suddenly, silence. When Amara opened her eyes, the farm was no longer barren. Green shoots pushed through the soil. Fresh. Alive. The air felt clean. Chief Nana lay on the ground. Old again. Weaker than ever before. The pact, he whispered. It's broken. Amara stood tall. No more sacrifices, she said. And for the first time in years, the land began to heal on its own. Amara never returned as a helpless girl. She became something more. A symbol. A reminder that even the weakest voice, when it refuses to bow, can break the oldest chains. And as for Chief Nana, he lived the rest of his days as nothing more than an old man, watching a land that no longer needed him. Moral lesson. Fear can enslave you, but courage, no matter how small, has the power to break even the darkest bonds.